Welcome to our mock interview prep for aspiring electronics engineers. Today, we're diving into some key questions that you might face in an interview, starting with teamwork. Let's get ready to showcase your skills and experience. Starting with our first question about working as part of a team. Can you tell us about a time when you worked on an engineering project as part of a team? What role did you play? Interviewers ask this to understand your experience with collaboration and teamwork. Here are some pointers to help you frame your response. Pick a project that clearly highlights your teamwork skills. Describe your role and responsibilities within the team. Explain how collaboration was key to your project's almost success. Discuss any challenges the team faced and how you overcame them together. Conclude with what you learned from this experience and the project's outcome. Now, let's hear an example of how you might answer.
In my final year at university, I worked on a team designing a solar energy system. I focused on the circuit design while collaborating closely with others on different components. Our teamwork and brainstorming sessions helped us tackle design challenges, leading to a successful project that secured second place in our engineering showcase.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for electronics engineer. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Describe a complex electronics problem you solved. What steps did you take to resolve it? This question is about demonstrating your problem-solving abilities and technical expertise. Consider these tips when crafting your story. Choose a particular electronics problem you encountered. Provide context and highlight the problem's implications. Describe the steps you took to diagnose and analyze the issue. Explain the solution you implemented and why you chose it. Share the results and what you learned from the experience. Let's look at an example answer for inspiration.
During a project, I faced signal integrity issues in a high-speed PCB layout. I analyzed the circuit and simulated the signal paths, identifying reflection problems. By implementing controlled impedance traces and reworking the layout, I significantly improved the signal quality.
Can you describe a situation where you disagreed with a colleague on a project? How did you handle it? This question tests your ability to manage conflict and work well with others. To prepare your response, keep these points in mind. Identify the specific disagreement and why it occurred. Explain how you approached the situation calmly. Discuss the steps you took to resolve the disagreement. Highlight any compromises or solutions you reached. Reflect on what you learned from the experience. Here's how you could answer this question.
In a previous project, my colleague and I had different opinions on which components to use for a circuit. I suggested a meeting to discuss our perspectives. By listening to each other, we found a middle ground that integrated both of our ideas, enhancing the design.
You're given a tight deadline for a circuit design. How would you ensure it's completed on time? Interviewers use this question to evaluate your time management and prioritization skills. When answering this question, consider the following. Break the project into smaller, manageable tasks. Prioritize the most critical components. Communicate and delegate tasks based on team strengths. Set clear milestones to track progress. Focus on functionality first and avoid perfectionism. Let's see an example answer for this scenario.
To meet a tight deadline, I would break the circuit design into smaller tasks and prioritize key components. I would communicate with my team to delegate tasks, set milestones to monitor our progress, and focus on delivering a functional prototype initially.
During a product demonstration, a critical circuit starts malfunctioning. What steps would you take to fix it? This question is about your troubleshooting skills and ability to remain calm under pressure. Here's how you can structure your response. Stay calm and composed to manage the situation effectively. Quickly assess any visible signs of the malfunction. Use diagnostic tools if possible to identify the issue. Clearly communicate with your team and stakeholders. Have a backup plan or alternative demonstration ready if needed. Here's an example of how to handle such a situation.
If a circuit malfunctions during a demo, I'd remain calm, check for any obvious issues like loose wires, and use diagnostic tools for troubleshooting. I would communicate the issue to the audience, and if necessary, pause the demonstration while we address the problem.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.